Welcome to Dark Celtic History. The buggane of St. Trinians. The buggane was reported to be a huge ogre-like creature, native to the Isle of Man. Bugganes were said to be covered in black hair with claws, tusks, and a large red mouth. They were known to tunnel underground, were intelligent and spoke to people on occasion. Bugganes tended to live in old ruins, forests, or waterfalls, where it would remain unless somehow disturbed. Bugganes were magical creatures and were known to be unable to cross water or stand on hallowed ground. They were occasionally called upon by the fairies to punish people that had offended them. The most famous story involving a buggane that one repeatedly tore off the roof of St. Trinian's Church on the Isle of Man. This tale is of one buggane's dislike of the Church of St. Trinian's. Anyone traveling along the road from Douglas to Peel will see the roofless shell of the 14th century church built on the site of an earlier 12th century chapel. Now it lies under the shadow of the hill near the village of Greba. This hill was the home of a buggane. When the church was built by the monks of St. Trinian's Priory in southwest Scotland, they had no idea what they were up against, for the buggane objected to such a building being erected in his supernatural domain. The first roof on the church was ripped off by the wind, who had created a mighty storm. A second roof met the same fate, and a third attempt was made, and many suspected it would not stay on for even one night. However, a young tailor volunteered to stay in the church overnight. Not only would he stay the night, he said he would take a wager that he could also make a pair of breeches during his wait. That's weird. The monks thought if the buggane could be put off from tearing the roof for the first night, he would then leave it alone. The brave, some would say foolish tailor worked hard that night, stitching the breeches together, keen to win his wager. As he sewed, the wind grew stronger and the tailor became increasingly nervous. Then before him, rising out of the ground, came the mighty buggane. Just having time to put the last stitches in the breeches, the tailor leapt through the church window behind him. He heard the crashing of the roof as it was ripped off and thrown to the floor. Running for his life, he heard the pounding hooves and blood-curdling screams of the buggane. Finally, out of sheer anger, the buggane tore his own head off and threw it at the tailor. It exploded at his feet, but he escaped. The tailor was fortunate to survive that night and win his wager. Never again did anyone ever attempt to replace the roof of St. Trinian's Church. Go there today and you'll see it. Ciel Bhrisht, they call it in Manx Gaelic, broken church. It is a roofless shell. Locals will tell you that on dark winter nights when passing the church, a large gust of wind arises from nowhere and the ground starts to shake. A warning from the buggane that has been heeded for centuries.